Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the DunnWisdom Morning Show. I am your host, Melissa P. Dunn. I'm the CEO of MD Marketing Network, the founder of this DunnWisdom movement, where I am constantly introducing you to change makers, entrepreneurs, and just overall badass women who are making a difference in our community and getting it done. So the young lady that I'm going to introduce you today is a young, gifted Black artist from my city of Lauderhill. I actually met her through a mutual friend, and I had the opportunity to go to Wynwood to actually see her art. And I thought, you know what? I have to bring her on to introduce her to my community. So I want to introduce you to Brea Monet. Good morning, Brea.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Listen, girl, I absolutely adore your look.
Thank
Fierce and
you.
confident.
Thank you.
So, you're from Lauderhill, yes?
Yes, born and raised, lived there all my life.
Oh, wonderful. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Brea Monet. I'm an artist. I've been pursuing art pretty much all my life. I've always loved art and creating, and I've just decided to fully pursue art and the creation of art, really starting in 2020, beginning of 2020. So this is something I've been doing for almost a year. March makes the year.
So what made you decide to make this your full-time gig?
I think, I graduated from FAU in 2017, and I kind of explored different opportunities with writing, with fashion, but I knew that I wanted to do something that I absolutely loved. And I just got to the point where I knew that it was either this or nothing. I didn't want to do anything else, honestly.
That's so beautiful. I know a lot of young people are trying to figure out to go for the money or to go for their passion.
Yeah.
What made you decide to choose the passion? Like, what was the one thing that made you decide all or nothing?
Probably my parents, my upbringing. My parents are extremely supportive, and my dad has always encouraged me to just do what I love. Do what I love no matter what. And everything will work out fine. Everything will be okay. Just do what you love. Don't live a life that you don't love. So I decided I had to go for it. I wasn't going to not go for my dreams. That wasn't an option.
Oh, I love that. I think that's so powerful that you're like all or nothing. And a lot of times I think people figure if they chase the money, then they can work on the passion later in life. And I think it's the exact opposite. Chase your passion and the money will come.
Yes, I agree. I feel the same.
So I want to share your artwork so that people will get a feel for what it is that you do and what it is that I saw when I went to your art show in Wynwood. Okay. Let's bring in your work here. That's not the one.
There it is.
There it is. So talk to me about the type of artist that you are.
So I started with a lot of abstract pieces, pieces that are really more free-flowing, that allowed me to just be free and not really have to stick with any kind of constraints. I do dabble in like more erotic art as well. I love exploring, as you can see, the female body, being a Black woman and just tapping into my femininity, my sexuality, and really just expressing like gratitude and joy for being a woman and being in this body. So yeah, abstract, and mix between abstract and erotic art, I would say.
Okay. So talk to me about this particular piece, the one with the, I want to see if I can go back. I'm actually scrolling on your website, but I want you to talk to me about two pieces. One, the abstract one with Africa, and then I want to talk a little bit about the erotic art that you do in celebration of womanhood.
Okay, so I believe the piece that you're talking about is Ode to Africa. It's a green piece, and it has like the bronze Africa in the center.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, that one was, that one kind of developed a lot of my art kind of develops as it goes along. So I started with just doing the abstract. I found the colors and I thought they were really beautiful. I just wanted to see where it would go. And once I did the abstract, the idea to add Africa on top just came naturally. And it actually came after this golden piece that you just saw with the roses. That one's a really old piece, maybe from 2012, 2013.
I love this one right here. I think this is so beautiful.
Thank you. So that's something I've been dabbling with as well. It's just doing portraits with the abstract background. I've seen a lot of portraits done, but I haven't seen anything quite like it. So I wanted to put my own spin on it. That's something I'm still working on.
So what was the inspiration for that piece in particular?
For the portrait, that was a musician. Her name is Ari Lennox. And I was listening to her album, Shea Butter, on repeat. It's a beautiful album. I would definitely recommend everyone go listen to it. And I was really just relating to a lot of her music. And I knew at the time that I wanted to start exploring the idea of working with portraits. So I found a picture of her that I really loved, and it just went naturally. I started with, again, the background, doing the abstract background. And if you see the artwork from her album, the painting that I did kind of replicates the color scheme from her album. And then I just chose to put that picture on top. So,
that's actually a good point. So then your art, and this piece right here, talk to me about that. I actually remember seeing that one in the art show. Yeah.
So that one actually, again, like I said, they all kind of develop as they go along. I started with just one panel, the lightest version of the silhouette. So like the white marble, that was the first one. And I told myself like, okay, that's going to be it. It's just going to be that particular painting. And then as time went on, I decided to add two more to kind of fill up the space, and also kind of to create this focus on the female body and societal like interpretations and pressures on what a woman's body should look like. And so creating it with this marble look is to create like this kind of facade of what a woman's body should be. And then adding in the epoxy resin on top, but creating like this really distorted look was to kind of create this crack in the facade and to kind of express to women that we don't have to follow these stereotypes and stigmas of what our bodies should look like.
So the bottom line is we own our body and we define what it looks like, right?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah, I find, when I saw the piece live, when I saw this particular piece at the art show, particularly for women of color, I think that there's a lot of conversation that happens around what's beautiful and what's real, right? And so I have to tell you, I had some internal conversations with myself about that. It feels a little bit uncomfortable being in public and looking at like artwork of a female body, And so I had to have an internal conversation. So for me, that piece was very powerful. It caused me to think.
Thank you. And that's always my intention. I hope that my artwork can evoke some sort of emotion. I'm not sure what it would do for the viewer. I know my relationship to it, but I'm always curious to see how it translates for other people.
Yeah, no, it definitely had me think. Let's see who's watching today. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for watching. Good morning. Good morning, Antoinette. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. That's your mom, right?
That's my mom. Hey, mommy.
Good morning, Mom. All right, who else do we have here? All right, Mama Bear. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for acknowledging that. Renee Simone is saying good morning. Who is that?
My sister.
Your sister. Oh, we have family. Full family support. I love it. And then this is my mom. It's a family affair today. Hey, Mom. Thanks for watching. And then
my dad.
Your dad. All right. So you guys, I have a question, audience. I want you to tell me, what is it that you feel when you look at the artwork? No, Sister Wiley, we're talking with this young, beautiful Black artist today, and we are exploring art as a form of expression and entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put up her artwork again, and I want you guys to kind of watch it scroll through, and then type in the chat some feedback about the art, and then I'll put up the website if you want to learn more. But Brea, tell me about how you're balancing, being an artist and then the business of art.
Okay, so stepping into the business of art, I think I had this romanticized notion that I'm going to be an artist and it's all going to be great. And you really have to take a moment to think about all of the business that comes along with it. So everything from creating my website, which I did on my own, getting my business cards, trying to market myself, trying to network and connect with other artists and other entrepreneurs and creatives. It's a lot. It can definitely take a toll. And so for me, I try to just establish boundaries with myself, being mindful not to be too hard on myself. I put the effort in, I put the time in, I make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to further my business. But I also try to be mindful not to beat myself up if I haven't made a sale as quickly as I had hoped. I think a lot of entrepreneurs and business people in general, is really easy to get down on yourself, especially when you're just starting out and you're not seeing the return that you feel, maybe you're worth, or you have people that don't really want to pay the prices for the artwork, and really just keeping in mind that, this is a process, this is a journey, and it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
And just staying dedicated, full of gratitude and humble, and continuing to work. I know a lot of it is just continuing to paint, continuing to put myself out there, be vulnerable and honest with my work. And so that's how I've been managing so far.
All right. Well, listen, it's a different thing being an entrepreneur and then being an artist. And I love that it sounds to me like you're figuring it out, and you know exactly what you need to do, what you need to get done. So Donna Mir says she loves your work. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Donna. And then Karen says, immediately I thought it young, gifted, and Black. Indeed. All right, let's see what else we're hearing. Oh, your mom says, my heart is so full with Brea's accomplishments. Clearly you have family support. All right, I'm gonna put up the website for you now, Donna. There it is. That's the website.
That's it.
So if you want to check out the artwork, and then let me go ahead and put up the Instagram too. Do you want to go ahead and tell them what the Instagram is if they want to follow you, Brea?
Yes, absolutely. My Instagram is art_by_Brea Monet. And this is where my social media where I'm most active. I'm trying to get onto Facebook. I'm just not on there as much, but Instagram, I definitely am connecting with my followers more on there.
Fantastic. What made you choose the name? I mean, I think I know why, because Monet was a famous artist, but could you talk to me a little bit about your name?
Sure. So my name is actually Brea Monet Allen, and like I said, I've always loved art. I can remember when I first started school at 5 years old, like art was my favorite subject of all. And I remember once I found out about the artist Claude Monet, really feeling like it was fate, and like, okay, I'm an artist and this guy was a famous artist, and so it just fit. And then, when I decided to pursue my art, I've always just felt connected, I think, to more my middle name than my first name, if that makes any sense. I've always just loved my middle name. I used to wish that it was my first name. And so I thought that I would definitely throw that in there. Everyone knows me as Brea, but now you can know me as Brea Monet as well.
Oh, I love it. And you're setting your own course, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really powerful. So Miss Malcolm says, good stuff.
Thank you. That's my brother. The whole family's here.
Oh, I love it. And then Daryl says, my baby rock.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I mean, how important is family support to you in your entrepreneurial journey?
Family support is everything. Without my family, I wouldn't have been able to do anything that I've done, whether it was schooling. I originally attended Florida State University. I did my first 2 years there, and I made the decision that I wasn't happy there and that I wanted to leave and pursue fashion design. So I left Florida State. I did a year of fashion design at Miami International University of Art and Design. After about a year, I decided that I was done with school and that I wanted to start my career. Again, really naive, but I was passionate. And so I went to my parents and I told them I was dropping out of school. My mom wasn't too pleased. My dad was like, okay, let's see, what are you going to do with it? And then I decided to eventually go back and finish my English degree, just to kind of have that as well. But my family has kind of been my rock through it all. Whatever I decide I want to do, they're always there to support me, always.
Oh, that's such a gift. That's such a gift, Brea.
Definitely is, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's check in some more with the community. Karen says that she loves all of your names.
Thank you.
And then Donna says that your name was destined for art.
I agree.
Oh, yes. Good point, Donna. Good point. Good point. And then let's see. Never knew. Fantastic. So Miss Wiley says, awesome work. She says her granddaughter at age 8 years old has started art and painting.
Beautiful.
But what advice would you have for her granddaughter?
Oh my gosh, to just keep going, keep pursuing it. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're going to continue to learn and grow. And I think it's definitely essential for her parents, grandparents, teachers, mentors to really foster that creativity in her from this early age and really encourage her to keep going because she can do so much with it. That's really my hope and intention, to be able to give back to younger generations, my nieces and nephews who love art. I want to encourage them and let them know that art is something that you can pursue as your career. I know a lot of people feel otherwise. A lot of people have this idea of the starving artist, but I don't think that has to be your reality. It's not going to be my reality. I know that. So I think definitely encouraging children.
I love it. She's like, the starving artist is not going to be my reality. Let's just be clear about that.
Yes.
I love it. So she says, thank you so much for that advice.
Of course.
Well, speaking of advice, your mom just says right here that she fosters your dream. And you mentioned before that your dad told you to kind of go for your passion, right? What other advice have you gotten from perhaps your parents or your mentors that is coming in handy now?
I say one that immediately came to my mind is just family first. That's one that really stuck with me from childhood. It's family is everything. So always fostering those relationships and really showing your appreciation for the people in your life while you have them. Another one, I actually recently met an artist, a tattoo artist who is also a fine artist and has tons of experience. And he was just encouraging me to really explore myself as an artist, what it means to me. Would I still pursue art if no one ever buys it? What are the different areas of art that I'm willing to explore? He suggested maybe even tattooing. He reminded me that a lot of people have tattoos, but a lot of people don't have art hanging in their homes. And tattooing is still a form of art. So, it's something that I'm open to maybe in the future. Just keeping my options open. Yeah, I don't want to limit myself at all. Wherever the Lord and universe want to take me, I'm open, I'm receptive, I'm here for it. I'm just ready for what's to come.
That's such a powerful thing that you just said, that you're open.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only way I think that blessings can flow to and through you, right? Is for you to be open to receiving. Is that an important mindset for you as an artist, to remain open and connected?
Yes, definitely. Having a closed mindset, it just limits you so much, I feel. So just trying to remain open to whatever opportunities, whatever connections and relationships, how we met was just so spur of the moment. I didn't expect it at all. And now here I am on the DunnWisdom show. So, remaining open to whatever, the Lord and universe has in store for you and not being too quick to shut things down, giving things a
Mhm.
chance.
That's such a powerful mindset. I find that sometimes people allow fear to block their energy, and then as a result, block the opportunities from coming to them.
I agree, definitely. And I definitely have been in that space as well of being extremely fearful to pursue my dreams for a long time. I was very afraid, I guess, of not being good enough, or who am I to call myself an artist, or will my work be received well? Will I be judged? So there was a lot of fear, I think, and it's just kind of getting out of that mindset and
Mm-hmm.
putting those things to rest, or, you know, when those fearful thoughts pop up, acknowledging them, but also moving forward and knowing like, I'm good. The universe got my back. I'm good. And
Yes,
it's all
yes,
going to work
yes.
out.
Yeah, and that's what I do too. I mean, I feel fear as well. I mean, I'm up to some big things, and I'm feeling fear about something in particular as we speak, and acknowledging it and breathing through it, and then reminding myself of who and whose I am. Powerful
Yeah.
tool.
Yes. 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 Don't
Powerful
limit yourself.
indeed. All right, so oh yes, Karen, Lauderhill proud. For sure, for sure,
Absolutely.
for sure. I'm actually going to be, we're going to be doing a campaign where we're going to be honoring and giving opportunities for artists in Lauderhill. So I'll be talking to you about that.
Yes, please.
So here's a question. You mentioned that you are a teacher. Do you teach art?
So I'm certified in yoga. I am a yoga instructor. That's something that I haven't really taught lately. In the past, I have taught art. I used to work at a place called Paints and Cocktails. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's one of those where you can bring your own wine and you have the
Oh,
instructor.
yeah.
So I used to do that. I haven't taught since leaving that business. I haven't taught personally, but it is something that I'm open to doing.
Oh my gosh, I need to connect you with Yanique da Costa. So Yanique is a young artist. She's young, gifted, and black, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually is a graphic artist.
Oh, okay.
And she started her own graphic design firm. Brilliant web designer. I mean, I've worked with her on projects in the past. And then she's also an artist. So
Oh,
what she's done is she's started her own clothing line, doing T-shirts and bathing suits, putting her art
ooh.
on fabric
Okay,
and
yes.
selling it as clothing. And then she has like a studio where she does these wine and sip parties. And
Okay.
so she has like 3 stream of income going on through her art.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, remind me to connect the two of you. I think that there will be some synergies for
Yes,
sure.
please. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
for sure. All right. So the next comment, Donna says that she just stumbled upon her artistic side making jewelry. Yes, Donna's a really good jewelry maker. After all these years, thank you so much for giving art a platform that is worthy of becoming a real entrepreneurial outlet. My pleasure, Donna. My pleasure. Well, what advice would you have for Donna? I mean,
I
Donna
think
she's like a brilliant media buyer and sales and
mhm.
publishing. So she's carved out a really amazing career for herself, but now she's pursuing
Pursuing
her
art.
creativity. What
I
what
love
what
it.
advice do you have for her?
Well, first, congratulations. That's amazing. um, I would say definitely keep with it and maybe see if you could find different events. It may be a little challenging during the pandemic, but I think finding different events or markets where you can be a vendor so you can get a lot more eyes on your work. I think that would be great. And I would love to see it as well. I love
Mm,
jewelry and accessories, so would love to see
mm,
the work.
fantastic. Yeah, no, she does some really good pieces. All right, and then Miss Crawford says, "Beautiful lady, beautiful
Thank
art."
you. Thank
Hey, Miss
you.
Joy, good morning. All right, so let's see what your dad is saying here. He's saying, how can we connect? How can you connect with more young women to express exploring their bodies through art? And that's okay. Overcoming embarrassment, being proud of the body.
Great question. um, I think for me, I know my journey has been a bit challenging between losing my hair. I started to lose my hair because of alopecia when I was about, it started when I was about 12, but I was officially diagnosed when I was 18. And then just accepting my body, being the youngest and having two older sisters, and then you have societal expectations of what a woman's body should look like. So really stepping into really getting to know yourself and appreciating your body for what it is. I would love to be able to connect with other women and kind of create this common ground in this safe space of body appreciation and really just accepting themselves as they are, not being so harsh. I'm not exactly sure how to go about it though, but that's a great question. That's a great idea to think about and something to pursue in the future, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Talk to us a little bit about your alopecia diagnosis. How was that for you? You said you were how old when you were diagnosed?
I was 18 when I was diagnosed, so almost 10 years ago. I'll be 28 this year, so almost 10 years ago. But it started when I was about 12. I noticed that the hair in the center of my head was just shorter than the rest. And, you know, I knew it was a possibility from a young age because my mother has alopecia. So I knew there was a possibility that myself or one of my siblings may also have it later in life. I just remember being a kid and praying, like, I hope it's not me. I hope it's not me. And then it's me. So it was definitely a tough journey trying to navigate growing up and hormones and high school and, you know, having the added pressure of having to hide the fact that you're going bald when you're 16, 17, 18 years old. It's a lot, and it definitely takes a toll on your self-esteem. Some people are very cruel, or you'll just see people like staring. So it's really tough. I think for me, the way that I began to move through it was when I just got to the point where I didn't want to hide anymore. So when I was 22, I would say 22, I decided to just cut my hair. And I feel like it was one of the most freeing choices I've ever made. At the time, I didn't realize that. I think I was really just frustrated with everything. But in retrospect, it was definitely worth it. It was definitely what I needed to be able to move through that process and be able to begin to heal and really accept myself. And then being able to kind of look at my attachments to hair and to the physical and other material possessions. Is like, what are my attachments to these things and why am I so attached to them? So, you know, I think it starts with really what we're seeing in society. You know, what they're showing on TVs, what's deemed as beautiful or acceptable, and also in the household, what kind of pressures, what kind of weight is being placed on these physical attributes. You know, are we teaching self-love and inner love, or are we praising our kids for their physical attributes?
Wow, that's such a powerful thing that you just said, Brea. I think maybe let's use this platform to have the conversation about body image and hair. So let's talk afterwards and see if we can maybe put together a panel and have like a whole hour.
I would love that.
About body image in women and how we embrace ourselves. All right, the comments are coming in. Let me see if I can catch up. So Ria says, thank you for your vulnerability, B. You're so brave and I love you. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then Alexandra says, beautiful, strong, young Black women right here. I agree 100%. And don't forget the gifted part. So Karen says, Melissa, you have to see the Allen look, family that sticks together and supports women.
I think so.
In their physical. I think she needs to do a family portrait that speaks to alopecia and self-love in 19. Yeah, I love it. Let's plan a show, like a whole hour.
Yes.
And you know what? Let's do it in Women's History Month.
Okay, next month.
Let's do it. Let's do it in Women's History Month. All right. And then Cynthia says, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your art. Absolutely. Let me pull it up one final time so folks can see it. And I will put up the website. So if you do want to support this young artist, then do follow her on Instagram. And of course, go to the website where you can purchase her art, artbybreamonet.com. Do you have any final words of wisdom to share?
Final words of wisdom. I'd say, in lieu of everything we just discussed, definitely go after your dreams. Go after what makes you happy, whether that's the relationship that makes you happy, whether that's your career choices, or whatever that means for you. Don't limit yourself. Don't dim your light to please others. Go after what you know to be true for yourself.
I love that. Go after your dream. Be true to yourself. And then we have Brianna telling you beautiful artwork.
Thank you.
All right, Brianna, thank you so much for joining us. Stay in and let's make arrangements for some dates. All right?
Definitely.
Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the DunnWisdom Morning Show. I'm going to leave her website and her Instagram up. I encourage you to support this young, gifted, and Black artist from the city of Lauderhill. Purchase something if you can. And if you can't purchase something in this moment, then at least follow her on Instagram at artby.Breamonet. It's on the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much. I will be back here on Wednesday where I will be sharing with you some success tips to help you navigate life and become a power player, not just in business, but in life as well. Be well, and I'll see you here again on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Remember, be kind and loving to yourself. You deserve it.